Part 1. The invaded world. In the 23rd century, humanity's reach extended across the stars. Over 50 colonized planets formed the Union, a network built on cooperation and resilience. While exploring the outer fringes of a neighboring galaxy, a human exploration fleet stumbled upon a stunning discovery: a planet rich in life. Home to the Tharyns, a species strikingly similar to humans, but with enhanced mental acuity and empathic abilities. This world, called Arithia, was under siege by an aggressive alien force known as the Krelix. The Tharyns society revolved around their gift of empathy, which allowed them to sense emotions and intentions with extraordinary precision. This ability shaped their culture, emphasizing harmony, negotiation, and collective decision-making. Their cities, built in perfect alignment with nature, reflected their philosophy of balance. Vast crystalline structures harnessed their planet's natural energy, blending technology with organic materials. Art and music were deeply emotional, designed to resonate with the soul of the listener. Physically, the Tharyns were elegant and ethereal, with elongated features, translucent skin that shimmered faintly in the light, and eyes that ranged from silver to opalescent hues. Their hair often displayed iridescent tones, shifting between colors depending on the angle of light. These traits gave them an otherworldly beauty that reflected their highly empathic nature. Despite their empathic abilities, the Tharyns were ill-prepared for war. The Krelix, infamous for their scorched earth tactics, had begun devastating Arithia. Entire Tharyn communities were wiped out, and their crystalline cities lay in ruins. When the humans arrived, their offer of aid brought hope to a desperate population. Humanity extended an offer of defense, deploying fleets of advanced warships to repel the Krelix. Tharyns, wary of outside intervention, initiated mind sessions with human ambassadors. These sessions revealed humanity's history of survival against impossible odds and their unique genetic trait: resilience. This trait, an innate capacity to adapt and endure, complemented Tharyn empathy perfectly. Together, they forged a plan to drive out the invaders. The campaign was brutal and lasted for years. Human tacticians developed strategies to outmaneuver the Krelix, while Tharyn psychics disrupted enemy communications by exploiting their emotions and intentions. The final battle over Arithia saw a coordinated assault by human fleets and Tharyng-guided operations. The Krelix, unprepared for such a synergistic response, were driven off the planet. Grateful for their survival, the Tharyns joined the Union. Their empathic abilities transformed communication, diplomacy, and conflict resolution across the Union. They introduced new art forms, empathic technology, and philosophies that elevated the cultural fabric of the Union to unprecedented levels. However, the Krelix invasion had decimated the Tharyn male population, leading to profound social changes. Many Tharyn women entered relationships with human men, with the Union encouraging these intermarriages to ensure genetic diversity and strengthen bonds between the two species. Human males often took on multiple Tharyn wives to help restore the population, a practice embraced as part of the rebuilding effort. Tharyn males who survived the invasion did the same, forming large, blended families that became central to the emergence of the first hybrid generations. Part 2. The Dying Star. A century later, another crisis emerged in a distant corner of the galaxy. A red giant star, long past its prime, was on the verge of collapse. Orbiting this dying star was Verdania, a lush planet home to the Serai, advanced species resembling humans but gifted with unparalleled physical prowess and adaptability to diverse environments. The Serai society was built around strength, honor, and a deep connection to the land. Each Serai was genetically adapted to their regent mountain clans, had heightened endurance and strength. Forest dwellers were agile and stealthy, and coastal Serai could hold their breath for extended periods and navigate waters with ease. Their culture valued martial skill, and their traditions were steeped in warrior codes and communal loyalty. The Serai's architecture blended seamlessly with their environment, with cities hidden among trees, cliffs, and oceans. Physically, the Serai were robust and striking. Their skin tones ranged from deep bronze to metallic hues, reflecting the environments in which they evolved. Their eyes, often glowing in shades of amber, gold, or emerald, were adapted to see in low light. Hair textures varied by region, from sleek and straight to coiled and thick, with colors such as midnight black, fiery red, and metallic blue. As the star's instability grew, the Serai faced extinction. Their technology was advanced, but they lacked the means to evacuate their population to safer systems. When the Union arrived, the Serai saw a chance for survival. Human engineers worked alongside Serai builders to construct massive arc ships, capable of carrying their population to Union territory. Serai warriors, initially skeptical of human motives, grew to respect humanity's ingenuity and determination. The rescue effort spanned decades. Entire Serai cities were disassembled and relocated to new worlds within the Union. The Serai's physical gifts revolutionized industries ranging from terraforming to heavy engineering. Their warrior ethos inspired a resurgence of honor-based traditions within the Union, blending with Tharyns empathy and human innovation to create a new cultural identity. Part 3. A new culture. As the centuries passed, the three species began to intermarry, creating a hybrid population that inherited the best traits of each. These hybrids, known as the Trinary, were a genetic and cultural synthesis. They possessed the Tharyns' mental acuity, the Serai's physical prowess, and humanity's unparalleled adaptability. Their heightened empathic and physical abilities, combined with human ingenuity, made them exceptional leaders, explorers, and protectors. Physically, the Trinary were a striking combination of their ancestors. Their skin displayed unique iridescence, shifting between metallic sheens and soft translucence. Eye colors spanned the spectrum, often appearing as vibrant, multi-hued orbs that shifted subtly with their emotions. Hair textures and colors were equally diverse, with shades ranging from deep cobalt and shimmering silver to fiery gold and pure white. Their physiques combined the Serai's strength and agility with the Tharyns' graceful elegance, creating beings who embodied both power and beauty. The Trinary introduced new traditions that celebrated their diverse heritage. Hybrid families adopted aspects of Tharyns empathic rituals, Serai martial ceremonies, and human storytelling and festivals. Empathic dances, where participants synchronized their emotions and movements, became a cornerstone of Trinary art. Cities blended Serai's naturalistic architecture with Tharyns crystal tech and human industrial ingenuity, creating gravity-defying biodomes and floating metropolises, a new hybrid religion. The path of unity emerged, evolving into a predominantly monotheistic belief system. It combined elements of messianic figures from each species, portraying them as connected incarnations of the same universal deity. This deity, known as Althera, was believed to have fragmented its consciousness to inhabit all sentient beings, granting them unique gifts and the collective responsibility of shaping the cosmos. Rituals celebrated Althera's presence within individuals, emphasizing the sacred nature of diversity, balance, and shared purpose. Pilgrimages to sacred sites on Erythea, Verdania, and Earth became central to the faith, symbolizing the unity of their origins. Part 4. The Reckoning. By the time the Vorak swarm emerged as a galactic threat, the blending of humanity, Tharyns, and Serai into the Trinary was complete. No longer distinct, the three races had merged into a singular, synergistic species capable of extraordinary feats. The Trinary's empathic abilities allowed them to anticipate and counter enemy strategies with precision, while their enhanced physicality made them unparalleled warriors. Their adaptability and innovative minds allowed them to create weapons and tactics that no single species could have devised alone. When the Voraka, genocidal alien force consuming entire ecosystems to fuel their hive mind, began encroaching on Union space, the Trinary led the charge against them. Hybrid infiltration units, blending Serai stealth, Tharyns empathy, and human ingenuity, struck at Vorak resource hubs. Trinary fleets, powered by Serai-engineered fusion drives and guided by quantum AI, enhanced with empathic algorithms, engaged the Vorak in space battles that showcased their tactical brilliance. On the ground, Trinary warriors displayed unparalleled synergy. Their enhanced reflexes, strength, and empathic bonds allowed them to fight as a cohesive unit, reacting to threats with an almost telepathic connection. Vorak swarm leaders, accustomed to overwhelming their enemies with brute force, were unprepared for the Trinary's coordinated and adaptive assaults. The decisive battle at the Galactic core saw the Trinary deploy their ultimate weapon, a network of synchronized empathic disruptors that severed the Vorak hive mind, rendering their swarms chaotic and vulnerable. Part 5. A Legacy. Among the Stars, Trinary's triumph against the Vorak marked the beginning of a new era. They became a force of unmatched strength and unity, a beacon of hope for the galaxy's oppressed and downtrodden. With their combination of empathic, physical, and intellectual abilities, the Trinary systematically dismantled oppressive regimes, freeing enslaved populations and fostering cooperation among fractured civilizations. On the planet Althera, the Trinary overthrew the Mechon Collective, a cybernetic empire that had enslaved millions of organic beings to fuel their industrial complexes. Using their empathic disruptors, the Trinary infiltrated the Mekon's central AI network, severing its control over its cybernetic enforcers. Freed from the AI's grip, the oppressed populations of Althera joined the Trinary in their mission, bringing valuable technological knowledge to the Union. In the Magroth Nebula, the Trinary faced the Ravager clans, a coalition of pirates who harvested sentient coral colonies from the living reefs of Krisa for use in bioluminescent weaponry. Trinary warriors, with their advanced reflexes and underwater adaptability inherited from the Serai lineage, led daring missions into the depths of Krisa's oceans. They liberated the coral colonies, which were revealed to be sentient beings, capable of vast collective intelligence. These coral entities, grateful for their rescue, formed an alliance with the Union, offering their unique biological technologies. In the Vashari cluster, the Trinary dismantled the Drakthor Syndicate, an empire that exploited entire systems for resources, leaving their populations in poverty and despair. Trinary operatives employed a combination of Serai martial prowess, Tharyns psychological insight, and human ingenuity to infiltrate and dismantle the Syndicate's leadership. They established a democratic council to govern the cluster, integrating it into the Union and ensuring prosperity for its inhabitants. The Trinary's campaigns were not only about military victories, but also about creating lasting change. Their hybrid abilities allowed them to understand and connect with the diverse species they encountered, building bridges where none had existed before. They became known as the Guardians of Althera, a name reflecting the belief that their efforts were guided by the universal consciousness that united all sentient beings. Their influence extended beyond warfare. The Trinary introduced advanced empathic technologies that revolutionized communication and diplomacy. Disputes between species were resolved through empathic mediation, reducing the need for conflict. Hybrid academies trained new generations of leaders, blending traditions from all three ancestral species to create a unified cultural identity. The path of unity, the monotheistic religion centered on Althera, became the spiritual foundation of the Union, emphasizing the interconnectedness of all life and the responsibility of every sentient being to contribute to the greater good. The Trinary's physical attributes also evolved as they continued to intermarry and adapt to diverse environments. Their skin tones and eye colors became even more varied, reflecting the unique environments they explored and settled. Their empathic abilities grew stronger, allowing them to sense not only emotions, but also subtle shifts in biological and environmental states. These traits made them ideal explorers, terraformers, and protectors of the galaxy. Over the centuries, the Trinary-led Union expanded, welcoming new species and civilizations into their fold. Formerly isolated worlds flourished under their guidance, benefiting from their advanced technologies and philosophies. The galaxy, once fractured and rife with conflict, became a tapestry of interconnected systems working together for mutual prosperity. The Trinary's legacy endured as a testament to the power of unity, diversity, and resilience. They had turned the tragedies of their ancestors into a foundation for greatness, proving that even in the face of extinction, hope could triumph. Their story became the cornerstone of a new galactic era, where cooperation and understanding reigned supreme, ensuring that the mistakes of the past would never be repeated.